I go by Charisma Grace, but my official name is Genevieve Walker.
My full name is Olena Stepanova.
My name is Joel Buchanan.
My name is Katerina Stepanova.
Mayra Eva Ospino Cárdenas.
Yuminari Bryson. I normally go by Yumi.
I was born in USSR, so Soviet Union.
I was born in Montego Bay, Jamaica.
I was born in Barquisimeto.
I was also born in Montego Bay, Jamaica.
I was born in Ukraine.
I was born in Caracas, in Venezuela.
I spent 25 years working in the oil industry in Venezuela. And I decided to retire because I have a beautiful project to move here to Canada because my daughter was already here. I thought that coming as a family was the right thing to do.
When I graduated from university, I had my daughter. And before I moved to Canada, I worked in accounting almost 12 years. So I have a big background in my home country.
And I was young, and I was okay. I need to find something that I need a career. I need to have something. I need a skill, and I decided on nursing. Because after I had Joe, at that time she was a baby. She was probably about 2. So, and the nurse was so good to me. She was a midwife and she treated me so well. And I said, well, that is something that I see myself doing. I could be that nurse. I could be that person.
Halifax is a big city and more opportunity, more activity for kids. The most important for us was my daughter get university here. So it was one reason why we moved to Nova Scotia.
In Latin America, we are, of course, very family-oriented. Children, even growing older, they live with parents until they get married. So when we moved here, in my mind was, for instance, that my daughter was coming to live with me. And we were, again, a big family like we were before she moved to Canada. Well, in our first conversation with her, she said to us, well, no. I have my own apartment. I am living alone. Why I'm going to be moving back with you? Okay, I said, well, that's true, but don't move too far, okay?
I knew in the depths of my heart that it was a sacrifice, that I had to stick with it. I had to ground myself, pull my sleeves back and just ground myself and remind myself of why I was here, daily. Because every day I wanted to go home. And, so it's just, I knew that I had a purpose here. But I also was just throwing a tantrum every day. Recognizing that it's okay to feel this way, to miss your child. Who wouldn't? To miss your mom and all these things, but I can't just up and go. It seemed very inviting, but it wasn't the right thing to do at this point.
And the MBA, it wasn't easy. It was a hard program in general, but I was here to do what I wanted to do. At the same time, then I guess my mom came to visit me for the summer, and then I guess that's where the plan started to brew as to why don't we immigrate. And I wasn't convinced at that time, even when she said, let's just fill the paperwork, let's do this, let's try and see it. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go along with this idea. But as I said, I never thought I'm not coming back home.
Yeah, I knew why she came because of a job opportunity. So, and she dragged me along with her. So, yeah, but I miss Jamaica a lot. So,
But I think at that time it kind of caused a bit of a struggle because my boys, they went to grade 1 and kindergarten. They didn't do much in school. They had to focus on English. And these kids, they picked it up very fast. And the kids, they meet new kids. There was a lot of immigrants in school, so they kind of got friends very fast. For me, it was different. I was struggling a lot emotionally because I was a teenager and it was hard to learn language. And I think that's when my parents kind of were missing that part, that it's hard. So they were pressuring me towards my school, even though they didn't see that I didn't do well emotionally because I was lonely. I didn't have anybody.
Toda.
Toda?
Yeah, that's the name of the group. And I would go every Saturday to practice. We danced mostly gospel music and we would perform
Concerts.
Yeah, and a lot of people would come. So it was really fun. I had a lot of fun. It was nerve-wracking, but after a while I got used to it because I had to compete for my school, so I got used to the big crowd even though I was scared.
School had a lot of clubs for kids. And one of them was a Ukrainian national instrument, which we call bandura. It's an instrument that you use only in Ukraine. They don't teach it anywhere outside of it. It's something between a guitar and an arf. You put it on your knees and you raise one hand and you play with another. So there is more than 80 strings to play. And with your left hand, you use it only on the top ones. So it would give that beat. And as all instruments, you need to put it on the right key. And I was not able to do it. So only my teacher used to do it. And you have to have a special instrument to do that. And I couldn't afford buying them. And if something would happen to instrument, if it's always happens, you break the string rips or whatever, I had to have an actual person fix it. And that actual person would be in Ukraine. So for me, ship it back and forth, it just cost a lot of money. And my parents didn't have that much money to do because they were struggling with migration, which cost a lot of money.
My first year, I would say I wanted just to say, I am from Venezuela, I am Latin, I just want to go, I miss it. I want to listen to Latin music. And I used to go to whenever I heard that there's a Latin dance night, I will go there because I want to follow my roots. Like things that I would have even cared so much. Like back home, I didn't go out too much dancing. But in here, it was like, I'm going to find the things just to go do what I didn't do from my culture.
It was a bit boring since I didn't really have any friends or people to hang out my age, but it was also great seeing my mom for a year.
Or just under a year, but it seemed like a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt like forever, but
She's the greater part of my life. So, I was missing her terribly and nothing could comfort me. I couldn't be comforted. So it was very difficult for me. So the first opportunity that I got, I was like, you have to come because I couldn't leave. I was just there. So, and so my mom had to accompany her because she couldn't fly by herself. And of course, I miss my mom too. So they both came. And we had a wonderful time, even though you thought it was boring.
there were a few times. I would like to become an OBGYN.
What is that?
Obstetrician and a gynecologist. I might live here for a while. Maybe when I'm finished university, I'll move back to Jamaica, possibly. I'm not sure as yet. I don't know, the medical field interests me. At first, I wanted to become a pediatrician, but I'm not really a fan of kids. So
I didn't know that.
I chose something else.
And I'm really happy to see how she is just growing into this really beautiful, positive young woman that's confident in who she is. And I'm so grateful, because otherwise it would have made me feel that my efforts and my sacrifice were in vain, because I would have taken her to a place she hated, that she was unhappy, she's uncomfortable, and then that would be something that I would have to try and fix. But I don't. Maybe I need to fix myself.
There's more of that connection, I think you would say, between people. But from Canadian culture, I would say I am much more open-minded than a lot of people back home, that my parents are, for example, because of just the way they grow up and the way they view the world. I am a little bit more... I've had experience in Ukraine, so I know how Ukrainian people think back home. But I also lived here, and as a young person, I see the world evolving from this side, because here it's more available to you. It's more acceptable here than back home. So you kind of grab that half and half, and you kind of manage to put them together with yourself.
I agree with my daughter. In Ukraine, people more activity and more emotional. Here, more friendly. So I try to improve in Canadian culture, because for me it's not hard, but sometimes I don't understand rules here, and sometimes it's problem for me. But when I have something, I always ask my daughter or my sons, and they help me with my question.
I think of staying together as a family and supporting each other and trying to keep pushing each other to improve and to grow and to learn things more. And you just always have that sense that even if something is not very great, or there's something that something in your life, that you always can come home, and whether with yelling or without yelling, you can kind of solve it, and you can have that backup that can help you out as your parents and as your family members. Yeah.
We have in our home a very threatening situation where people kept us in my bedroom. They were stealing everything that we have. They put a gun on my daughter's head. And it was close to 1 hour. It was the worst nightmare for me as a mother, to see my children, and I was unable to do something to prevent that, and being myself a very overprotective mother. That situation changed my mind internally, my soul.
It was too much that was imposed on me. I felt really constrained into what I could do, and I think I don't think I could have a good relationship with my children right now if I behave the way that my mom used to do, and it was different times, right? So I think yes, I'm definitely more lenient and more flexible.
I see a lot of strength in my daughter. I am very proud of her. And even though I see her at her age now, in my mind, she still is my little one. So it's like you seeing a little one, but being really with control of the situation.
Maybe what I've learned about this, the whole thing is about hope. Yeah, I think that is what keeps me going. That's kept my mom going. Everything is just knowing that it might work out or it might be different tomorrow. You don't know. So that's scary and exciting. So. Mm-hmm.